Following his first European Tour title in 4.5 years at the Nedbank Golf Challenge in South Africa, Lee Westwood was ready for some long overdue celebrations. We caught up with him a few days later in Dubai, by which time the 45-year-old was trying to recover from a big night out with some of his closest friends on tour, including Thomas Bjørn.
Nice.
And he took some fuel on board too.
You're not stopping me eating my burger.
No, I wouldn't even try. Well, this is the first on Golfing World, Lee Westwood, mid-burger, because you're a little worse for wear from celebrating winning in South Africa last week, so
yeah,
pretty big moment for you.
I've got to admit, and I have felt better than I'm feeling right now. This is not the professional way to approach a pro-am, but I got out of Sun City sort of on the 10 o'clock flight out of Johannesburg, so I didn't really have much chance to celebrate on Sunday night. And
no.
Was on the plane, a bit worn out, so Monday night became the celebration night and went out for dinner with some friends last night. And Thomas Bjørn came.
Yeah.
And his girlfriend Grace, and had a few bottles of champagne, and it's the first thing I wanted to do this morning, get up at 5 o'clock and come and play in the Pro-Am. So.
Playing 30-degree heat, and
it's a bit hotter than I anticipated, yeah. So I'm paying for it, but you got to celebrate when you win. It was a special moment.
Got to celebrate, and I mean, please tuck into the burger. Don't let me stop you. But it was.
I'm struggling to walk. Never mind eat and walk at the same time.
But it possibly was one of the biggest wins of your career, because it was 4 years since you'd won on the European Tour, and you didn't know whether you were going to win again, and
yeah,
you were very emotional.
Yeah, they're all big. I mean, you know, and they don't get any easier. It doesn't get any easier to win the older you get as well. So obviously it was a very special moment, and I was a bit emotional at the end, but I kept my emotions in check when I needed to on the golf course.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, I'm going to let you hit your second shot and finish your burger.
Thanks. I'll give it a whack.
That worked.
Splash. I had the burger on my mind. It's way more important.
So you've had a bit of a change to your approach to the game at the moment. You've changed your caddy, you're doing your own yardages. Where did that come from? Because it definitely seems to be working.
Yeah, I mean, over the last few years, I've sort of been approaching golf shots with too much in my mind, and Helen, my girlfriend, caddied for me in Denmark, and I did start to do all my own yardages, and obviously lost in the playoff there. And
yeah.
Just everything on the golf course became much clearer, you know, more focused, and just my own ideas in my head, and I decided to keep it that way.
Yeah.
From then on, really.
And so obviously it works incredibly well with Helen on the bag. She is a star to be carrying your bag for 4 rounds. I don't think many girlfriends would do that, but how do you go about doing that? Is it Pro-Ams where you get your yardages? And because you obviously have the caddy to go out there and do it for you now.
Yeah, well, I mean, first and foremost, I don't think I could manage 72 holes in a week with carrying that bag around, especially in the heat, like last week in Sun City. So, no, obviously we get on well, which is important. She doesn't know a lot about golf, so she doesn't talk to me about golf on the golf course. She talks to me about other things, which distracts me away from what I'm doing, and then I can come in and, you know, when it's my shot, I can just focus on the job in hand, and you know, it works a lot better than thinking about, you know, thinking about it all the way around the round of golf. Yeah.
Yeah. You obviously had a swing and a style that took you to world #1. How far is your swing from that, and how many changes have you made since then?
I haven't really made any changes. I just go with what I've got now. To be perfectly honest, I don't practice that much anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I'm 45 years of age, and
Going
what's
on
there
25.
What's there is there, and you know, I'm probably not going to be able to change it too much, and I just tend to work on the mental side of the game now, and in my weeks off I just go in the gym to make sure I'm keeping my strength up and you know, maintaining my body shape and, you know, preventing injury, really.
Yeah. When you say working on the mental side, what for you tends to work out here on course?
Sorry.
Quite all right.
Just being calm and being focused and committing 100% to the shot I've picked out.
Yeah.
you know, playing to certain areas, having my own game plan and sticking to that, and that's about it, really.
Yeah? Well, you're just...
keeping it simple.
Keeping it simple. Much harder to do than it sounds, though, I know. And so you're now, I think, 64th in the world, close to that top 50 mark. You could do that this week. Is that a massive goal of yours?
No, not really.
Okay.
My goals are, you know, they're not really outcome orientated anymore. It's just to, you know, enjoy myself and just put 100% into each shot.
What a golf shot. That's always been Lee Westwood's strength. Tee to green, he's been as good as anyone has been.
It's like he's throwing darts.
If it works, it works.
Well, sorry for interrupting you, Berger.
It's
Lovely
all right, it's
to
gone
see
now.
you.
Thank you. You've probably got ketchup all over your hands, sorry.
Slightly sticky, but have a great round. Thank you very much.